I am Dr. Vinita Bhadoria, Associate Professor of English Government College, Behror. Today I am going to discuss a brief introduction of the poet Nazim Ezekiel and as well as Enterprises, the poem written by him. Nazim Ezekiel was born on December 16, 1924 in Bombay, Presidency Bombay, British India. He belongs to Marathi-speaking Bain Israel Jewish community in Bombay. His father was a teacher at Wilson College, Bombay University. His mother was principal at her own school. He was a poet, playwright, critic, and a teacher. He has written so many poetries, plays, and he is known as literary critic also. He was awarded by Sahitya Akademi Award in 1983 and honored with the Padma Shri Award by the Honorable President of India in 1988 for the short story Lihaf, that is the quilt. His profession as a teacher of English literature for several years at Bombay University shaped his literary personality. Ezekiel won lasting renown in literature. He was visiting professor at the University of Leeds. He was visiting professor at the University of Leeds in 1964. 6 collections of his poems are published, consisted of A Time of Change, 1952, 60 Poems, 1953, The Third, 1959, The Unfinished Man, 1960, The Exact Name, 1965, Hymn of Darkness, 1976, Latter Day Psalms, 1982, and the collected poems from 1952 to 1988 was published in 1989 by Oxford University Press. Apart from these, he has written several plays and few essays on literature, and at last he was died on January 12, 2004 in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Nazim Ezekiel is highly influenced with his parents. He was rational, questioning, and had immaculate taste for proverbs and homespun wisdom. Ezekiel inherited from his father love for proverbs and homespun wisdom, which run deep in his poetry, though his father was a lecturer of botany. His mother was also the principal, so teaching passed into his blood. Ezekiel has taught at school, at college, and at university. Enterprise is highly symbolic poem, and it is a religious poem also in its literary meaning. Enterprise is one of the finest lyrics of Nazim Ezekiel. It was appeared in Unfinished Man in 1959. In it, the poet generalizes his own feelings of frustration, loss, and deprivation in the world. He himself remarked that the lyric was written for personal therapeutic purposes. Ezekiel thus sought the psychological relief which results from revealing our troubles and frustration to an intimate, sympathetic friend. But the poet has deftly done this analysis and exploration in generalized terms, so that enterprise has become a metaphor, a symbol, or an allegory of the human conditions on earth. In the brief, I can tell you that in this poem, the poem starts with the journey to pilgrimage, A number of people, including the poet, start on a pilgrimage. They begin with courage, determination, hope, and self confidence. They are full of noble ideas and ideals, and they hope to reach their destination of noble achievement. The pilgrimage has become a trick. First stage in the journey symbolizes childhood innocence when man is entirely unconscious of his predicament with all its miseries and frustrations. But soon the stage of bliss and innocence passes away, and the pilgrims have to confront dangers and the difficulties. This is the second phase of our life, that is youth, full of struggle. Their idealism is untested by the bitter experience of daily life. This raise their passion for their mission is as hot as the hot sun above their head. The pilgrims are able to put up very well with dangers and difficulties for some times. They hopefully march on taking down copious notes of what they observe. Their idealism, their idealism and their single-mindedness of purpose soon vanish. There are cracks in their unity. Their unity is demolished. They show their differences of opinion and quarrel over trivial matters. They cannot unanimously decide how to cross a desert patch. One of their companions, whose stylish prose was quite the best of all our batch, leaves them angrily. The differences and disunity reach one on another stage. They forget their noble ideals which inspired them for the enterprise. Now they are divided into groups. Each group attacks the other one. They are in utter confusion. They lose their way. A section claimed its liberty to leave the group. They fail to face the hard realities of life and take refuge in escape and withdrawal. Some, like the poet, try to pray in such critical times to seek divine assistance and blessings. Their leader feels that he smelt the salt. He feels that they have reached a dead end and must go back, and their enterprise must end. They persist, but their enterprise has lost its significance due to their discord and disunity. They are no more a disciplined group of idealists, but only a struggling crowd of a few defeated, tired, and hopeless survivors. They are dirty and shabby, they are broken in spirit and bent down physically. The end of all human enterprises is miserable. This is the essential truth of life. They are aimless, absorbed in their petty quarrels, and tired of and exhausted, frustrated and at bay. The lackluster travelers do not even hear the thunder, which is symbolic of a spiritual regeneration, and even if they do so, they ignore it. Enterprise is a confessional poem. It has an existential note which signifies the poet's commitment to the acceptance of reality. The last line of the poem also reflects some of his commitment to well defined attitudes. The first is to stay where he is. He seeks his identity in the country and its incongruities. He is basically an urban poet. The city is spilling over his verse not as cosmetic but as an organic growth. His poetry is confessional in the literal sense and that it is littered with record of his failures. The poem is a clear example of an allegory, highly symbolical, and beautiful metaphors are used in this poem in beautiful words. The poem is remarkable for clarity and simplicity of expression, evocativeness and suggestiveness, economy and precision. Language is very simple. The poem symbolically presents the process of reaching to its goal and empties the victory of its glamour and glory. This is the brief introduction of poet and the poem Enterprise. In the next video, I will explain for you the whole poem in detail. Thank you very much.